What's up, guys? It's your boy Gang. Welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play game series of Farming Simulator 19 on the Stone Valley map. This is episode 21, and in the last episode, we divided up that big field number 3 into three separate fields. Off camera, I have been plowing the fields, which for some reason I can't hire a worker to plow these fields. I don't know what's going on. So we did the plowing ourselves. We did not complete it, however. We have that whole entire part, as you can see in red here, left to be done. We're gonna get to that eventually. Not right now, not today, but eventually. This is actually the same day as the last episode, just later on in the day. So I'm gonna see if we can actually get some of this sowing done, and if we can actually hire a worker to do so, so we can get more things done. So we need to sow the field, and we need to also lime the field. So I brought the limer down already. We have the planter right here as well. So let's see if we can. Okay, good. So we can actually hire a worker. That's what I wanted to see. Let's change this from soybeans to grass, and then rehire the worker. Have him finish this field, and maybe we can get to doing some other things. Actually, while he's doing that, I think what I'm gonna do is switch to the baby tractor and use the limer and start getting that done. All right, guys. So before we go any further, please go ahead and hit that like button if you like what's going on so far in the series. Please go ahead and also subscribe so you can stay up to date with the content that we have going on, and hit the bell beside that subscribe button so you can know exactly when the videos are coming out. And also, if you would, just leave a comment below about if you've liked what you've seen so far. If you have any ideas, tips, anything of that sort, or if you just don't fancy something, please let me know. That way we can know what to correct. So let's go ahead, get this liming done, get the planting done over here, and maybe we can go ahead and progress through this day and start fresh tomorrow with moving some stuff for the cows and things like that. So let's get this done, and I'll bring you guys back in. All right, guys, we're on the last bit of liming on this field. We limed both fields, planted one field. So we're gonna go ahead and plant the other field over there really quickly. We did grass on this field because this field is gonna be the source of my silage, my TMR, my hay, all of that stuff. I am thinking that maybe I will do corn in the next field. I'm not too sure. I think that's something I need to look into. But that's basically where we are. We're getting this one done. I don't think we're gonna have enough lime to finish the whole strip, but hopefully we have just about enough, because I'm not going back to the other farm to come back here with more lime to get this done, and that's where we finished. You know what? I mean, it's grass. I don't need to lime this entire thing, so I'm gonna leave it like that. I know some of you guys are gonna be like, "Well, you're not completed, blah blah blah," but hey, this is for grass. This doesn't need the severity or the amount of care that every other field needs because it's grass. And I'm gonna be doing something I saw Mr. Silly P do where he mowed the grass, leave it like that, make it grow back again, and then mow it again. And when he windrowed it and he picked up double mean. I know it's just I guess a play on the mind, but instead of it would have been the same if we did the field two times. But that's the way I'm going to be doing it. So not sure what I want to plant in that small section up here. I'm thinking about it like a lot. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what the crops are going for right now. I mean, I think we could do canola because besides soybeans, canola is one of the crops that provide a good price point, I guess. I am trying to stay towards what I've been reading about the agriculture scene in Illinois, where they mainly do soybeans, corn. I don't think they do much canola. Let me take a look, and I'm gonna take a look and see if that's a decision I want to make. Let's do a quick Google search. All right, so based on a quick look, I think we can do canola and get away with it. So let's head to that field right now. Let's change this from let's change that to canola before we start planting grass on that field and not realizing what we're doing. So let's get to that small field or that smaller field and get the canola planted, and then we'll bring you guys back after it's planted. See, I don't know what's going on, but this India game has been very bleak. Yeah, I'm thinking because it was raining. So what I'm gonna do is finish this field, um, and I'll fast forward to the next day since we're really supposed to be doing a new in-game day every episode. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead, finish this up, fast forward to the next morning, and then we can continue from there with what we need to do. So I'll bring you guys back when it's morning time. See you at 7 a.m. or somewhere thereabout. All right, guys, still not morning yet. We're waiting for that field to be finished planted, and then we can go ahead and go to sleep and get back in the morning. It's been too early for us to go to sleep. Apparently we're not allowed to sleep until the game tells us to. So what I ended up doing was I sold the Randon trailer because for some reason I think I was trying to pick up some stuff with the milling machine and it wasn't working, and I'm thinking it's because it wasn't registering the Randon on this as a trailer, whereas this it should register it. So I'm gonna go ahead and try picking up some manure right now and see if that works. Let's see. All right, so let's hope that it works this time. Yep, there we go. All right, that's good. So let's go ahead get this picked up because we have about I think it is 20 something thousand liters of manure. Let's go ahead pick that up and get that over to the BGA. Alright, guys, so we picked up the 21,000 liters. I'm gonna head over to the BGA really quickly and get this in there. I wanted to do this tomorrow instead. Well, actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna wait. I don't think it's fair if I did it right now. So I'm gonna wait. And let me go check on this worker really quickly, see how far he is. Alright, he has two more rows. So again, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and bring you guys back in the morning. By the time I do come back this time, it will definitely be morning. So let's bring you guys back. All right, guys, we're back. That 6,000 that you see was the slurry that we had put in earlier in the day in the other episode. That was not the manure because I still have the manure. Um, all fields are planted. I think this field now has weeds, so we're gonna have some tidying up to do of these fields. So first of all, I think let me check it. Let's see. It has weeds, so I'm gonna do is gonna get the herbicide machine and run this over here and fertilize it at the same time. The grass fields, I don't really care about it having weeds or not. That's just for silage. There's no need for me to, invest a lot of time into doing anything on that. If all going to be using it for is TMR and silage. So let me let's take a look. I think I might need to do. Let's see here. Where we're at on growth. All right, so soybean field is in the last stage of growth, so we might be able to start some kind of harvesting on this one. Let me go back to the farm and where's the herbicide machine? There we go. All right, let us. Huh. We're gonna have to empty the fertilizer, buy the herbicide, spray the fields, and then come back over here. Actually, let's get to the other farm, and I'm gonna have them install two of these the selling stations for the herbicide and the fertilizer and the seeds and stuff like that. I'm gonna have them install one of those on the new two of those on the new farm, and that way we don't have to go back and forth to get anything like that when we're taking care of the fields over here. We can just go ahead and get it get everything in one location and not have to worry about going back and forth. And as you can see, today is a better day in terms of lighting. It's bright, sunny. The last episode was not so sunny. It was raining from we started in the morning and was dark until we decided to go to sleep. There was no sunshine through that day at all. Let me run the fertilizer on this field, get those buildings placed, and we can go from there. Um, Again, basically, guys, not gonna be touching this bigger part of the field just yet because for some reason I can't hire workers to plow it, and it took me about 4 hours to plow this field to the left and that field to the right. So it's gonna take me a minute before I even get that part done. Let's fertilize this field really quickly. Let's unfold. Stop. Unfold. Not sure if it should work because it's in the first growth stage, so we should be able to fertilize it and then herbicide it at the same time. I'm hoping that we can do that. That way I don't have to unload this fertilizer and then reload this fertilizer. We can just start spraying, get that done, do the herbicide, and then we should be good. Let's try it out really quickly. So I think because it is in the stage that it needs to be for herbicide. It needs to have herbicide sprayed on it. I think it's not going to work. So let me go ahead and let's go ahead and unload the fertilizer here. Then let's go into placeables. No, miscellaneous, I should say. And let's go and purchase both of those store points right now. Let's put them. Let's put them right here. I think this should be a good spot for them if it can be placed there. So let's put one right there. Go back in here, get that one. And let's place them on the opposite sides of the road just because of space, I guess. Let's place it right there. Let's get this guy over there, get some herbicide in him, and then have him spray the fields. Bring you guys back when we have completed the spraying of the fields. All right, so hired a worker to get this done. I think in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I am going to take the manure to the BGA, get that in there. Where are we at with slurry? And so we have 11,000 slurry, 7,000 milk. I think that's a good point. Let me see. Let me see what the capacity of our trailers are. We need to have more than half at minimum. So that is 30,000 for slurry and 32,000. So we don't have enough. So let's leave that in there for a little bit. Keep that building up. Let's take this guy over to the BGA, get his thing going, get him squared away. So I'll bring you guys back when we have reached the BGA. Oh, and as you can see, grass is growing. It's probably going to take another few hours or so for it to actually reach full growth. And then at that point, we can go ahead and mow it, leave it, then mow it again, and then windrow it, pick it up, and start the silage process. I'm not going to do silage bales. I'm going to actually put it in the bunkers and do it that way. I'm not going to say I find it cheating doing the silage bales, but I mean, because I've done a whole bunch of stuff like that already where I use other things to make it easier. But I want to make that process at least a little bit more technical. That way I can feel a little bit more accomplished when I get it done. That's just, my mindset and, it's all in my head, I guess. But that's basically what we're going to do. And then clean up like I said before, we have to get the TMR situation under control for the cows. That way they can produce at 100%. Excuse me. Which means that we'll be having more milk at a faster rate, which is what I want. And then once we hit back about 200,000, I'm going to reinvest in cows. I'm going to buy a whole bunch more cows, fill up both pens, and get that production up to a point where we're moving 80,000, 90,000 liters of TMI, of slurry or of manure or of milk. 'Cause that's realistically that's the goal and that's where I want to get to. So let's go ahead unload this here. Where are we? Where are we? Is that it? There we go. Let's unload this here. I think it is the best price for manure. Where is it? No, actually, yeah, the biogas plant is the best price for manure. So we just unload it here, wait for 12 o'clock again, and keep doing that until, like I say, my aim is to definitely have about 60,000 liters moving at a time, which is more than sufficient. So we do have to get the cows producing at 100% productivity. So TMR needs to be done. So in the next couple of episodes, that's what I'm going to be doing. Like I said, my goal specifically for this episode and the one just before is prepping that field, because we had that big field that we weren't doing anything with. So splitting it in three gave us the ability to break down the actual size of the field and work with it better, I guess. So that's what we did. Um, and as you can see, we planted canola on one, grass on one, and the next step is to plow that big field, which is going to take me forever. Because, like I said earlier, it took me 3 hours or more just to do those two fields over there. It was a pain in the butt in terms of the time frame it took. So basically, I think upgrading equipment is what's gonna help us, because right now we have the seeders, the planters, stuff like that. Those are narrow, like really narrow in comparison to what the size of the fields are. So I think that's gonna be my next step, is trying to get that up to a point where we can actually be more productive and do less passes versus doing the amount of passes that we have been doing to get stuff done, and grow the size of the farm and grow the equipment with it as well, because I think that's what will allow us a quicker productivity, a quicker turnaround time, instead of having to go up and down the fields 50 million times because whether the plow is too small or the seeders and the planters are not wide enough and stuff like that. So that's the aim. Bigger farms, bigger equipment. Like I said, Mr. Silipi does it really well, where he has, I don't know, I think this dude does like 50, 60 contracts a day or something like that, because he makes bank off the contracts, and then he's able to upgrade quickly. So I think that's going to be the aim. Not saying I want to be exactly like him or anybody else that does it, but I think he's laid down a good template, then a good way of doing it, and I'll be working with that. So let's get this field herbicide, um, get the weeds off of this field, spray it with herbicide, run the fertilizer over it, and then, bro, you're not blocked. You're like far away. Oh my God. Sometimes I really wonder about these workers. I won't even lie to you. Let's turn you around here. You didn't even touch it, bro. All right. Let's get this dude back on track. Have him hurry up and complete his task. And then, really, dude. All right, guys. So we almost finished the herbicide part of it. I need to see if there's a faster equipment that does the spraying of the herbicide, as well as the spraying of the fertilizer. Because I mean, this takes forever. It could be that the vehicle needs maintenance. It could definitely be that, but at the same time, it's still really super slow. So I'm gonna do some research into that and see if there's a way to, or an equipment to, I should say, that will allow us to do this at a quicker rate. Because the size of these fields, we can't have anything being this slow because we're gonna be sitting down here for days trying to get certain things done. So that's some research I'm gonna be doing to see if I can find something that will allow us to do this in a more timely manner than we have been doing it so far. All right, guys. So that's the last bit of the herbicide part of it. Let's go ahead and unload this. Get the fertilizer in, get them going, and then bring you guys back in. All right, so there's a bunch of equipment at the farm that we don't need, and I bought them on impulse. So one of them is this flatbed trailer. I'm gonna get rid of it. As I said in my last mod review of the TLX, I want to get the TLX. Not sure if it makes sense right now, but that's definitely something I want to do. I think in selling this, I may end up getting a better more, but let's take a look and see what we actually feel like buying. Let's take a look and see what we actually feel like buying right now. But yeah, we do need to. I don't want to say consolidate, but we need to be a little bit more aware of what we purchase and if we do need it versus renting or leasing, I should say. And yeah, that's basically where we're at right now. And that's what we need to start focusing on is not necessarily purchasing everything that we think we need, but leasing more appropriately and stuff like that. It's only $20,000 though. All right, let's sell it. Doesn't matter. It's more money in the bank. Um, should we purchase cows? I think we should. Where's the animal dealer? Bills, truck. Wait. Oh, it's all the way up there. All right, let's get back to the farm. Let's see where this guy is on with the fertilizing. He does not look like what is he doing? Okay. All right, so let's get this back to the farm. Let me take a look at home at the TLX one more time. I really like this truck. I really do. It's very, very, very useful. It's 28,000. Wow. Oh, I remember what I said I was gonna do. I need to see if there's any upgrades for this tractor. Get some more power out of it. Let's take a quick look. See. Customize engine. Wait, this is a 400 horsepower tractor and it operates the way it does? 435. I'm gonna just leave it be. Um, let us look back at the TLX once more. Single cab. Let's look at the accessories really quickly. You have touch three. See, these work and these are not super expensive. So my thinking was I'd get this right here, and I'd get one of the gooseneck trailers because this pulls it. I tried it in my mod video and it worked. Um, let us. Mm, let's hold off on that. get back to the farm, get what we were, um, get everything done that we need to get done first, and then I would say maybe we purchase some more cows before we decide on doing anything else in terms of purchasing equipment that we don't necessarily need. So let's get that done and then I'll bring you guys back in. Alright guys, actually what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end the episode here. I'm gonna keep this one short. I'm gonna do a whole bunch of work off camera and the next episode will is gonna be a bit longer than this. Excuse me. But yeah, that's where we are. Let me go ahead end this episode here. Thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, please go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to keep up to date with what's going on, please go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell beside the subscribe button so you can get those notifications. And leave me a comment whether it's something you like, something you dislike, an idea you have, something you'd like to see us do. Just go ahead, leave us a comment, and thank you guys for the support.